Good evening and welcome to Human Biology. Today should be approximately January the 4th of 2021. Let's hope that 2021 is better than 2020. In any event, you have signed up for the asynchronous human biology course offered in the winter term. And so you should, when you go to the dashboard that you have on Canvas, have seen an icon that looks something like this. If you click on it, maybe, it will bring you to the home page for our course. And right now, I'd like to go through the getting started aspects of the course with you. All right, the first thing on our list of things to do here is to read the course introductions. But since most of these are actually covered in the syllabus, and hopefully you've already gone through step 2 and downloaded a copy of the syllabus, and now you are watching the syllabus video. So you're already on step 3. Look how quickly this course is flying by. It's amazing, isn't it? In any event, what I'd like to do in this video is to just kind of briefly go through the syllabus with you and kind of point out some things that you may or may not have questions about in terms of what's going on with the course. So obviously the course is human biology. And my name is George Rapp. I am an adjunct professor of biology here at Siena. My office, although you will not be visiting me there, is in the Morrell Science Center, room 034C, down in the dungeons. My office phone number is there, but again, don't call me because I won't be in the office. The best way to actually get a hold of me and to ask any questions and generally communicate with me is to use the email address that you see right here. All right, this is the best email address for me. And I do have a laptop or my desktop with me at all times during the day. And so answering emails is something that I will do relatively quickly. Now, the goals of human biology are listed here. Number 1, to understand the basic structure and function of the human body. And that quite frankly, will be the main focus of the lecture portion of our course. I'm going to go through all of the various
It's 8 o'clock.
Well, thank you, Jesus. I'm going to go through all of the basic body systems, digestion, cardiovascular, urinary, you name it. And we'll go through each and every one of these together. We're going to explore modern concepts regarding health, wellness, and disease. You will, as part of this course, write a term paper on a disease or condition of your choice. Third, to investigate patterns of inheritance. All right, so genetics. All right, how do why do you have the traits that you have? How did you inherit them from your parents? Step 4, to comprehend where we have come from, where we are, and where we are going as a species. So a little bit on evolution. And then finally, to participate in hands-on learning via lab exercises. Now, the lab portion of this course is obviously going to be fairly limited since you're going to be doing it in your own bedrooms or living rooms or that sort of thing. And I'm not going to ask you to dissect anything or anything along those lines, but I'm going to hopefully give you some exercises that will help you to think about your own body in a little bit of a different way. The required textbook for this course is Human Biology by Mader and Windelsprecht. The recommended edition is the newest one, the 16th edition. But quite frankly, if you find an old copy somewhere else, anywhere back through maybe the 12th edition, would be just fine. I'm not looking for you to go out and buy a brand new book. Now, my office hours, and I won't really be in Morrell Science Center, but office hours will be virtual and by appointment. You can schedule an appointment by emailing me at grapp@siena.edu. And then we'll set up a time that you can Zoom me right here in my home office. I am available most evenings and at certain times during the day. My daytime job, by the way, is as a high school teacher. I'm not available 24/7, but I am available most evenings. The Zoom link that we will use for all of our office hour meetings is shown here, and there's the meeting ID and the passcode written as well. Materials that you'll need for the course are a notebook and a copy of the textbook, and of course a computer. Please don't try to do this course using a cell phone. I think that it would be really difficult to be successful trying to let that or to do that. A printer is also useful, not necessary, but useful. In the past, many students have actually printed out the PowerPoints that I use in class, and you can see them here. This is the very first slide that I'm going to show you. And notice that next to it, I've got my notes. All right. And other students in the past have done the same kind of thing and used this as their notebooks. But whatever you are most comfortable with, some people get real understanding just by writing things out. And so, I will encourage you to do whatever works for you. Now, in terms of Canvas, if you've gotten this far, that's a good start. But if you're new to Canvas for whatever reason, if you're not a full-time Siena student or that sort of thing, then there's a link on the syllabus right to the Canvas student guide. And that will take you to pages of tutorials on various things, submitting assignments and just working your way through the home page. The course outline is now shown below here. This is a strongly recommended schedule. The due dates are simply there to help you keep up with the material so that you're not trying to do everything on February 12th. Generally speaking, I'm going to ask you to read and review one chapter a day during this 6-week period or so. And today is the first day of the course, which is January the 4th. Now, I'm not going to go through each and every one of these things, but you will notice that there are certain things given in bold. These are things that will count for grades. All right. So notice that right on the first day, you've got an assignment, which I'll explain when we get to the video on Unit 1. A quiz, choosing your disease or condition paper topic, a lab exercise, and so on. And so that shows you the syllabus. The grading policy is shown here. You're going to have 3 exams and 3 quizzes. Exams are worth 100 points each. Quizzes are worth 50 points each. You'll also have at least 5 labs or homework assignments worth 25 points each. The outline for your paper will be worth 50 points. The paper itself will be worth 100 points. And then finally, the final exam will be worth 150 points. Your tests and quizzes will all be done directly through Canvas. You'll click on the link and go ahead and answer the questions. Instructions for the labs and the homework assignments will also be found on Canvas, but they should be submitted via email. A lot of them require labeling diagrams and things like that are just too difficult to do in a Canvas setting. And so what I'd like you to do is print those things out, fill them out, and then take photos of them and email them to me. Please don't submit your work as a Google page. Opening 16 different websites can get to be really cumbersome. So please just attach your work as photos or PDFs or Word documents into an email and submit it to me that way. Your paper, the term paper, should be submitted through Turnitin, but we'll talk about that again in more detail a little bit later on. Your final grade in the course will simply be the number of points you've earned divided by the number of points that you could have earned multiplied by 100. So it's just a percentage. Now, the additional information below here, I'm not going to go through much of this quickly because you've seen it all before for the most part. But in the first section, there's some links to the ITS help desk and some technical frequently asked questions, links to academic support and student services. This one is kind of ironic, COVID-related safety. Although we won't be meeting together, so masks and cleaning up after ourselves are this is probably not terribly relevant to you guys. Academic integrity, this is relevant to every college student, so please make sure that if you're not 100% certain about what's going on with the college's academic integrity policy, that you have a look at this. Educational access and accommodations. If you have any challenges that may not be facing a typical student, then you should look into this. Contact Julia Gold at the Office of Accessibility. Inclusive classroom and diversity trainings. This one is definitely ironic. We've been including this on our syllabi for many years now. Pandemic emergencies, what you should do in the case of a pandemic emergency. Nobody ever thought that this would happen, but of course, here we are. And reporting misconduct, although most of you are not on campus, and so this probably is not relevant for the winter term, just in case the information is presented here, and you can use those links if you need to. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone for a moment and come back to our modules. I've organized the course into units. Obviously, right now we're in the Getting Started unit. We're on the Watch the Syllabus video. But once we get into the meat and potatoes of the course, what I'm going to do is start each unit with an overview video. And in that video, I'll cover what I expect for that unit, about how long you should be working on this. So notice that Unit 1 is shown for about 5 days. And then a step-by-step set of instructions as to what you should be doing. For each chapter, I'm going to ask you to read the chapter, then download the PowerPoint, which is not necessarily required, but if you are going to try to keep your notes on the PowerPoints, then obviously it would be necessary. And then watch the videos. Now, the videos, if I click on this link, notice that they're YouTube videos. You can simply click on the links and they will bring you to my YouTube page. The one thing that I do want you to know is that it is LaSalle Institute Physics is the name of my YouTube page. This is because I teach at LaSalle Institute during the day. So I've got both. I've got videos for both LaSalle and for Siena on this particular page. Back to our home page here. So you'll watch the videos. For chapter 1, there is a homework assignment, which we'll go over in the Unit 1 overview video. And then we just kind of keep going down the line until we get to the final thing on our list, which will be the quiz or the test for that particular unit. This is on Canvas. Notice that it is due on January the 8th, which is the Monday after the course begins, or no, it's the Friday, I believe. Anyway, you've got a calendar in front of you; you can figure that out. Um, but notice that all assignments for any given unit will be due on that last day. So, for example, the homework on scientific validity of advertising is also due on January 8th. All right. Um, so by the 8th, you'll be expected to have wrapped up Unit 1. Unit 2, you'll be expected to have wrapped that up by January 19th. Okay. So that's the basic idea. All right. And so that's how we're going to get through the course. Again, if you ever have any questions, please make sure that you go to my email address, which is at the top of the syllabus. Send me an email. Let's set up a Zoom meeting so that we can talk in person if you need to. If not, then I give you my blessings. Go with God and learn as much as you can. Um, Teaching asynchronously is a new trick for me. I don't know if any of you have taken an asynchronous course before, but hopefully we'll all be learning together, and this will be a painless and very educational process. In any event, I hope that this has been instructive, and I hope that you learned something. Have a great night.